Social media platforms are fueled by hate comments. Let me explain what that means and why it's a problem. My name is Miles. I'm studying marketing at university right now at the moment. And whether you're somebody who actually creates content and face hate comments every single day, or you're somebody who just scrolls, or maybe someone who leaves hate comments, I want you to understand what it really means that in the ecosystem, how hate comments play their role. Now, the important thing to understand is that in a basic concept of marketing is emotions. All of these brands, all of these creators, they want to make you feel an emotion. And that can be a positive emotion, whether you're seeing a puppy or someone's important moment like a wedding, or it could be a negative emotion. Now that's where rage bait is so popular. People love to make you feel really strong negative emotions at celebrities, at politicians, at anything that you see that really creates that division and hate inside of you to go be forced to leave a comment. Because the content that you don't engage with, the content that doesn't really get seen by many people, is content that has no emotional reaction. So when you scroll through your content and you see the ones that stick in your brain, it's the ones that make you feel really strong in either direction, really strong positive or really strong negative. Now, why that matters is that social media platforms don't distinguish between positive or negative videos. They don't. They just see lots of comments or no comments. And so for the same reason, someone's cute dog can get tons of heart emojis, somebody's really horrible and rage bait style content can also have the same effect. Now, what this means is that the algorithm boosts and promotes content that is inherently negative because it performs well, which means it's showing you more and more negative things. And when you leave a hate comment or someone you know leaves a hate comment on a video like that, it shows them or it shows you more often in their feed. And so it's important to understand is that by leaving hate comments, you're actually subscribing to seeing a hateful thing more often because you're teaching the algorithm that that's actually what you want to see. It doesn't distinguish the kind of content. It just knows that whatever it was in that video is something that you want to see more often. Now, this is problematic as many people start to build their entire careers around rage baiting. They try and get that one little clip, they try and tick somebody off to create some kind of spark of conversation. And that's why you'll see when you open up things like Twitter, why oftentimes the things that are doing really well in those apps are not positive things, unfortunately. So this is important to understand is that social media companies actually want you to feel bad. And it's kind of an unintentional byproduct of human natural emotions, but it is one that's being profited off of. Creators are being taught that if I make rage bait style content, if I make hateful content, if I make content that really burns that fire inside of you, a really positive negative reaction, I can capture your attention. And the longer I can capture your attention, the more money I can make. Now, an important thing to understand about this style of content is that it's completely voluntary. What you interact with on your For You page decides how you go about it. And so for me, I intentionally like and comment on very positive things, whether it's motivational quotes, whether it's something stupid like a David Goggins edit, it's something that I find as long as it's not hateful and things that motivate me to be a better individual, that is what I interact with. So it's actually not inherently the company's fault that they're profiting off of this or encouraging this type of content. It's that the consumer continues to consume, comment, and engage with this. And so you can be one of the sheep who goes into these styles of contents and supports them and elevates them, or you can be somebody who knows that if you see something hateful, actually the best way to get rid of it is not to spam it with hate, is to leave it alone. Now that's where we start to get into the concept of cancel culture, which is inherently kind of tied into the whole rage bait concept. Now, cancel culture itself, we think of it as we're holding somebody accountable, but a lot of it is really just virtue signaling. Now, what that means is that we're not actually doing anything good. We're not actually making any change in the world or any net effect resulting anyways. What we're actually doing is we're trying to signal our own morality. And oftentimes people take advantage of this and build their entire careers through scandal, through all kinds of controversial topics. And we're seeing a rise of that in all kinds of platforms. We see Truth Social and other platforms of alternative where there's less regulation on those platforms. People can be more, let's say, uncensored, perhaps more hateful in certain contexts, but more so they're less restricted by the algorithm. But furthermore, you see cancel culture and these kind of scandal culture go hand in hand because people actually make a career by being controversial and by having controversial moments. And I think a lot of celebrities are very intentional with those moments. You see like Kim K and Ray J, those build billion-dollar companies and brands through those exact moments where they're creating intentional scandals, where it's being leaked intentionally. And there is some news going on about that right now in which they're actually uncovering that that entire moment was planned and was not unintentional, and there's a whole court battle about that. But beyond that, we also see the rise of streamers and other individuals creating really let's say, intentionally aggressive content towards people in real life through pranks. We can see that these exact streamers, what they do is they go out and they bother people and they harass people, or they yell at people in the street, or they hide behind security. You know, whether it's Jack Doherty and he has a security guard and he's making fun of people, they know what they're doing because they know what captures your attention. And whether it's ethical or not, it is driving views for them, which is why they will continue to do it. So next time you see something on your feed that is negative, intentionally negative, you need to learn to stay away from it. So my one piece of advice to you is that if you're a creator, don't let hate comments bother you. It actually might be the very thing that helps you become a full-time content creator, or to actually build a lifelong career of it. And if you're a consumer, don't support these people who don't deserve it. Don't give your comment to anybody except for the people you want to see on your feed.